9 months after it was first introduced, the Premier is moving forward with proposed trans youth policies. 3 bills introduced today in the Alberta legislature outline new restrictions for trans youth in sports, schools, and the healthcare system. The Premier insists these changes will protect choice. Critics call them discriminatory. Shailen Skalski reports.
These policies are designed and intended to help preserve the choices children have.
That's how Alberta's Premier defends a contentious package of policies aimed at trans youth.
We've looked around the world and we think that this is the appropriate method to go forward to make sure that everybody's rights are protected and everybody's choices are protected.
The changes ban all trans athletes from participating in female leagues in schools, post-secondaries, or amateur provincial sports. It also requires parental consent for kids 15 and under to change their pronoun or name in schools. Parents will now need to opt in before students can learn any subject matter dealing with sex, gender identity, or sexual orientation. Medical professionals will be banned from providing gender reassignment surgeries under the age of 18. Workers will also be banned from prescribing hormone therapy or puberty blockers to anyone under the age of 16.
I really think it's fair to say that she has blood on her hands. A lot of people their lives are going to be completely ruined by this legislation.
Dr. Jake Donaldson says the changes will mean trans youth will be forced to leave the province or live in a body that doesn't align with their identity, adding the use of drugs under 16 is rare, something a doctor supporting the province's policies couldn't clarify.
I can't give you exact numbers except to say that I do know that they are being used.
It's insidious. It is not rooted in evidence. It is rooted in fear-mongering, rhetoric, propaganda, and transphobia.
The founder of Trans Rights, YEG, calls the policies dangerous and discriminatory and plans to protest them. Opposition that will be supported by one Alberta senator.
It's pretty clear that this legislation will most likely be struck down by the courts as being in violation of Alberta's Human Rights Act, violation of the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms.
Chris Wells says those legal challenges are already being prepared. When the Premier was asked if she would consider following Saskatchewan and invoking the notwithstanding clause to push the policies through, she wouldn't confirm.
I mean, we'll see.
We've elected a government that thinks it's okay to punch down on kids.
NDP leader Naheed Nenshi calls the changes the most anti-trans legislation in the country.
This callous, venal, evil act that they're bringing forward today is just so she can get a few votes on a Saturday night in Red Deer.
Changes regarding surgeries and prescriptions will take effect this winter, with new sports and school rules expected to roll out this fall. Shailen Skalski, CTV News, Edmonton.